This is Joey Infante from Slice and Dice Dreadcast, Death by Podcast, and the Horror Mafia Podcast. And I want to give a shout out to the boys that Kill the Cast, Jerry, Jay, and the Silent Hill biker himself, Kenneth, for putting on some awesome shows. You guys are fantastic. They got the Horror Coliseum, which is one of a kind, where they pit two movies against each other and let shit go wild. Listen to these boys, keep putting out more episodes, and keep whacking that cast. Not your peach.
Now this one here, I call Vance.
Vance.
Vance, yes. He's got a sack over his head, face painted on it.
Why Vance?
Because that's what I wanted to call him.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Kill the Cast, and we are here to kill October. It is time to get on some Halloween shit, and my name is Jerry, and as always, I am joined by the ever-quotable Jay.
I have been a monster, I always be a monster, and after I'm dead, I'll be a dead monster.
That is true, and as always, the Silent Hill biker himself, Kenneth.
Hi.
Always with the most uplifting words he can possibly give us. All right, so Jay, what have you been doing?
Besides working, I went to see a couple movies. I saw Mother, which seems to have the movie-going community split right down the middle, with everyone either loving or hating it. It kind of falls into the same category for me as like the Revenge trilogy minus Old Boy, where like they should be watched, but I'm probably never going to watch them more than once.
I just want to know what he stole from Perfect Blue for this movie.
He didn't steal anything that I know of.
I just want to know. I'm
But
just saying.
I don't know.
Oh, apparently Jay thinks I like it.
Yeah, it's. I think you both should watch it at one point.
I will watch it one day at gunpoint.
Yes.
Did you see anything else besides Mother?
I saw Leatherface, which was really good. But if you didn't like Texas Chainsaw 3D or Texas Chainsaw 2013, whatever name you want to give it, don't watch that, because combined with the original movie, this makes up its own trilogy. So you got Leatherface as the start, original Texas Chainsaw in the middle, and then Texas Chainsaw 2013 as its own little trilogy.
Ah,
Cool.
fair enough. All right, Kenneth, what have you been doing?
A multitude of craziness.
That sounded like it. You were over there sounding like fucking Stuttering Bill.
Yeah, I mean, I went and saw it.
Yeah, you didn't get to join us for the last episode. What did you think of it? Let me preface this with, as a huge fan of the novel, what did you think of it?
I'll be 100% honest. I should have waited on it to come out on Blu-ray.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, if I'll say this to people, I mean, if you just want the movie experience, go see it. But I just didn't think it was all that. I mean, it just I don't think the hype of it was warranted as much as I thought. I had really high hopes for it, and I was just and when it really comes down to it, I was let down. I mean, it's not one of those movies that I'll say, hey, I should have walked out of the fucking theater, or I won't own it on Blu-ray because I'll buy it. But it's also one of those that I'm not going to sit there and say, oh my God, this was the greatest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. And I when I left, I came home and jacked off. It's not that at all.
Oh, shit, I sucked Hype's dick and swallowed.
Yeah, it just wasn't that good to me. I mean, like I said, I'll get it, but it's not one of those movies that is awesome or anything. I mean, I think that I'm really curious to see how a director's cut is going to go, and I know there's been stuff out there where there's going to be one released. I'd really like to see how that went, and I'm really curious to see the original director of it, what his vision would have been, how the differences that would have been.
Well, you can actually get that script is out there.
No, I want to hunt it down. I want to see, but then again, you can't just go by the script, because you got to go by the vision of the director for the cinematography and so on and so forth. So, I mean, it could have been a completely different looking movie. And then on top of that, for Fukunaga's version, it was supposed to be, who's the dude that was supposed to play it in that one?
It was supposed to be the dude from Meet the Millers. We're the Millers.
Yeah,
Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, that kid. You know, I would like to have seen what he did with it, because I'm not saying Skarsgård did a bad job.
And also keep in mind, Chloe Moretz, whatever the fuck her name is, the chick who played Carrie in the remake, she was supposed to be Beverly.
I don't know about that.
Isn't she too old for that now, I think?
No, that's why she wasn't cast. She was too old. But
okay.
Originally, she was supposed to be her.
But I will say this: to me, out of all the kids, I think the chick that played Beverly was the best one out of all the kids. I really, really liked what they did with her.
My heart belongs to Richie.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was actually about to say my second one was Richie, because he was just fucking hilarious. And he was the one, to me, Bev and Richie were the ones that were the closest to the book. They were the ones character-wise, because Richie in the book was a fucking loudmouth. And then changing the dialogue from the 50s style dialogue to the 80s style dialogue, where fuck was the word that came out of Richie's mouth. Every other word, it was great.
Yeah. And I mean, I really liked Eddie. I loved Eddie. I thought he was
I like the original Eddie better.
Wow. Go fuck yourself.
The fat kid. I'm that fat kid. All 100%.
Don't get fucking Kenneth started on Ben and Mike. We'll be here all night.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's a conversation for another day.
I think when it comes out on Blu-ray, we'll have to revisit this, because by then I'll have read the book. So, because
I put it to you this way: I've talked Jerry's ear off twice.
Yeah, and I can't convince him. Otherwise. So I got to read the book and see if I can use that, put in perspective. Because, okay, so but do you like this movie more than the 1990s version, or the first half of the 1990s version?
No.
Wow.
I like the original one better. I like the 1990 movie better.
Me and Jay both think this one blows that one out of the water.
Yeah.
I just like it better. I like the tone of it. You know, I mean, like I said, there are different actors that I think did things, you know, a little better. Like I didn't like what's her name from the 91, the one that was in Ginger Snaps. I didn't care for her as Beverly. You know, I mean, she was all right, but I didn't care for her. I didn't like her as much as I liked the new Beverly. I liked Seth Green as Richie, but like I said, the new Richie was a little more like the one in the book.
I think they should get Seth Green to play adult Richie in Chapter 2 and just be super meta.
No, shut up, Jay. Go sit down.
That would be kind of cool.
No, Kenneth, don't fucking encourage him. We don't need him fucking thinking that his ideas are good.
That's a good idea. It's super meta.
I agree. That is cool.
Oh,
that is a damn good idea.
I work with children.
You're a child.
No, but I was in it. Wait a second. Nope, never mind.
But overall, you know, I like the original one better. And it took me. I went back and forth about it. You know, and then I found then somebody posted a bootleg of it on Facebook, you know, and I watched it again, and I went back and forth. And I was just like, the 90s one was better. It was to me. Overall, it was better, you know.
I can't wait for this to come out on Blu-ray, because I want to see it again so bad.
I'm hoping the director's cut comes out when it comes out on Blu-ray.
Well, they said the director's cut's going to be on the Blu-ray, but it's only like 10, 15 extra minutes.
Sometimes that can make all the difference, though.
Yeah, dude, 10 or 15 extra minutes in a movie that's 2 hours long, that's a lot of fucking material.
I don't know. I feel like if I'm giving it to her for fucking 2 hours already, does an extra 10 minutes matter at that point?
Ask Reese.
I can't.
Well, it all depends on what you're
doing.
It all depends on what you're doing for those 15 minutes.
That's true.
Probably fucking sweating and dry heaving because I'm out of breath.
I mean, because are you talking about the last 15 minutes? You talking about the first 15 minutes?
No,
you're talking about five minutes here and there.
You're adding 5 minutes here or there. I don't think in the overall spectrum.
I mean, that 5 minutes could be when you stick your thumb in her butt.
I mean, I guess you have a good point, but
I mean, you know, that 5 minutes could be when you're pushing on the front and make her squirt.
Why are you bringing this to R. Kelly territory?
That's just what kind of mood I'm in.
in.
It's been a rough weekend, man.
Drip, drop, drip, drop. Anyway.
Let's review a movie.
No. Oh, I don't get to talk about what I did this week? Well,
No,
fuck
go
you
fuck
too,
yourself.
Jay. I ain't do shit.
You worked all week.
I worked all week. I am...
You recorded like 300 podcasts and you masturbated twice.
No, I'm about to record. I'm recording...
It should be the other way around.
I
He recorded a couple of podcasts and masturbated 300 times.
Yeah, I recorded Cut to the Chase last night with Dan, I'm a Piece of Shit Chase. And
What'd you do it on?
What did we do it on? We did it on a couch, a bed. Wait, no. We did it on. We did a full review of it, which is going to be on Cut to the Chase, and also is going to be on Skeleton Crew because Dan wasn't in their review of it, and he wanted to do a review of it, but they had already done it, so they were like, "Well, call Jerry; he'll do it with you." So I'm gonna review it 2 more times on fucking Crew and Cut to the Chase, apparently. Then we talked about movies that I watched during October for Halloween. And that was my primary thing, was just talking about that. And then just bullshitting like him and I do.
Wait, did you do the Baby Driver episode yet?
No, we couldn't do it because I wasn't willing to pay $15 to fucking
own that
movie. So,
I will when the Blu-ray comes out, but not digitally.
Yeah, when the Blu-ray comes out, I'll be about it, but I'm not gonna fucking. So
I was just curious if you saw it because I want to know what you thought, but we'll talk about that later.
No. And then tonight I'm recording with you gentlemen. Tomorrow, Jay and I are going to be working on a very special project that hopefully will go good and people will see that soon. And then Tuesday night, I'll be recording with Carly, who was just on our last episode, as we start our once a month HorrorPack podcast that will be right here on the Kill the Cast feed. So, I've been primarily just getting ready for all this shit and working and working and working and working and fucking working.
Hell yeah.
So, with all that shiznit being said, we have a really fun October planned for you. I came up with a trilogy. These movies have no link except for subject matter. And the subject matter is underground monsters. But more specifically, underground monsters that live in a world. There is a world with these monsters. They're not just like Pumpkinhead. They have like a legit world. And the first one we are bringing you is 2014's Adam Green's Digging Up The Marrow. I said that really weird because I should have said 2014's Digging Up The Marrow by Adam Green. Instead, I did not say it like that. But fuck you guys. That's how I roll. That's just who I am. We're going to do Digging Up The Marrow.
Until they said it, I pronounced it Morrow.
Morrow? Why would you call it The sun will come out.
Because...
in my marrow. In my bones.
Because marrow is part of bones, and I don't know.
So,
it was just an anecdote. God damn.
You dropped the ball there.
Anecdote.
Yep,
How is that
did.
Anecdote?
Anecdote.
Anakin
Yeah,
Skywalker?
No, an anecdote is a small little funny story. It's funny because it was wrong.
Don't try to fucking press grammar on him. He doesn't know.
Fuck you, fuck your grandma, and fuck this podcast. I'm out. Just kidding.
See?
I'm still here. We're doing 2 other movies that will come out in October. And the other movies are going to be, the next one will be Marabito, which is by the same guy who did The Grudge. Hey, y'all have both seen Itchy the Killer,
Real
right?
Grudge? The Real Grudge or the Asian Grudge?
He directed both of them, Jay, so...
Yes, he
either
did.
or.
Oh, okay. Is it an American movie or an Asian movie?
This is an Asian movie.
It's Jerry. What do you think?
Wait, Jay, what'd you say?
Are there subtitles or is it in English?
There is English. Well, I don't know what the Shudder version is. My DVD was English, but... so we'll have to see what the Shudder version is. You might have to read it. No, wait, no, mine was not in English. No, you have to read subtitles. I had to read.
Okay.
Yeah, fuck you, you're gonna read. But both of y'all saw Itchy the Killer, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
a long time ago.
You know the old guy who, is the one convincing Itchy to do everything, and then at some point he takes off, his jacket, and he's, all big and buff and shit?
No.
Nope.
Oh. Well,
I just told you it was a long time, dude.
I'm right there with Jay. It's been
Probably
a
like
long
15
time.
years ago, maybe even more.
that guy is the main actor for this movie. He's also the guy who did Tetsuo the Bullet Man.
I almost watched that the other night.
Tetsuo the Metal Man. I just imported the Blu-ray of the first 2 movies of the series.
Well, it was on one of the streaming services I was looking through.
Yeah. So we're gonna do that. Also, did y'all see Ichi the Killer is getting a 4K Blu-ray coming out by Wellgo USA, the people who put out the Phantasm Blu-ray set and DVD set?
That'd be awesome if I had a 4K TV, you dick.
It's not. No. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a 4K transfer, not a 4K Blu-ray.
Okay.
So you can watch it on a regular Blu-ray player.
Which means it'll be the best looking Blu-ray that's possible.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that, and it's supposed to have a theatrical run. So I'm.
Is it going to be unrated?
I'm assuming so. I don't
Why
see.
would hope?
I don't see a reason why they would do that, but who knows? With a name like Wellgo USA.
Yeah, it is an amazing movie coming to America, and for some reason the MPAA always wants to fuck with shit.
Yeah, but they don't fuck with shit quite as much anymore. So, not when it comes to this. I think it can get a hard R with no problems. And then the final movie we are going to do for a trilogy is one of Kenneth's favorite movies. In fact, if you saw the live video I did when I was with Kenneth not too long ago, I gave him this movie, the special edition of this movie, as a present for being a bitch. I meant for being one of my best friends.
And almost sucked his cock.
He almost sucked my cock. I got the tip in, and he said, this does not taste like chicken. And it did not go any further than that. Which is weird, because I rub chicken on my dick all the time, so I don't know how the fuck it didn't taste like chicken. Is you gonna fuck that chicken? Y'all remember that scene from fucking Devil's Rejects?
Call me a chicken fucker?
Yeah, that shit was just so out of place. I never got that
hilarious.
scene. It's funny, but I was just like, the fuck is the point of this scene? You just needed him to be outside of the fucking brothel so the cop can talk to him? So you just decided to throw in chicken fucking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, so that third movie we are going to do to cap off our October series is going to be none other than Clive Barker's Nightbreed. Director's cut. I think we're going to do the director's cut, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
yeah. They just released a new cut of that straight from Clive Barker.
Man, fuck that. Okay, let's go into this real quick.
This shit's like 200
I just
bucks.
I just heard of it.
I
I've
know,
never even seen
but
it.
Here's
I'm
the
just
thing. Okay. So it's the Cabal cut is what it's called. And I'm not even sure what it all has in there. But they put out 2 versions of it. There was a bare bones Blu-ray of just the movie for $50, but it was limited to 50 fucking Blu-rays. And it sold out so quickly. I know like one person who actually got one. And it's like, well, what the fuck? And then the big special edition was $250, and literally it doesn't even have Clive Barker's signature on anything.
Doesn't it just like come with a sticker?
It comes with like a sticker and then like a picture and shit. It's not even like any like literally
You'd
nothing
think for
great.
$250 he would autograph the sleeve.
You would fucking think, but none of that shit. And it's just, to me, it's just like, what the fuck? I understand because of some kind of copyright or
Distribution.
Right. He could not put out a lot of copies, which is why there was only like 200 copies of the $250 ones and 50 copies of the $50 ones. But I'm just like, I don't know. It just seems fucking really weird. And like, you couldn't sign 200 copies of something?
Easy.
Like,
there's so much cooler shit on his website to buy for that amount of money.
exactly. So I'm just like, I don't really give a shit. And plus, everyone said like, there are no good elements of the Cabal cut, so certain parts of it just look terrible. So
we'll stick with the director's cut.
We're sticking with the director's cut. So today we're going to get into Digging Up the Marrow. Next episode will be Marabito, and the episode after that will be Nightbreed, and that will be our Halloween trilogy. This one all based on Underground Monster Worlds.
Yeah, what'd you call it? What's your trilogy? You gave it a name.
Underground Monster World.
No, you didn't. You actually.
I called it the Underground Trilogy.
Yeah, we're coining that phrase. That's a Kill the Cast original. These 3 movies are now an official trilogy on Kill the Cast.
Listen to that train. It agrees.
Oh, that's a ghost train.
Is it a phantom train
was that?
from Final Fantasy VI?
Yeah, I'm going to fucking body slam it.
Is that your house, Jay?
Yep. So you might hear, I've recently moved. I guess I don't know if I told anybody this last time we recorded, but I recently moved, and you may now hear trains and or children in the background more often.
Well, see, yeah, I was just fixing to say, before, at your previous address, we always heard children. Now we hear trains.
Well, there are children here, too. It sounds like they're done screaming for the night, though.
Yeah, they were screaming before we got on.
Yeah, they're standing out there waiting to get hit by the train.
It's like the beginning of Suicide
Awesome.
Club.
Then I'll go take a picture of it, and we'll have something new for our website.
They're out there putting pennies on the tracks.
We're gonna restart Rotten.com tonight.
Oh my God, man, that brings back some memories.
Remember, Kenneth? Do you remember that rap label from Georgia, the Southern Hustlers Inc.?
Mm-hmm.
One of those guys, he had a line that was like, "And they'll find pictures of your body on Rotten.com." Oh,
Nice.
That shit's so dated now. Anyway, so without further ado, let's get into 2014's Digging Up the Marrow by Adam Green. First off, let's talk about Adam Green. Personally, I'm a fan.
Yes.
I like Hatchet 1 and 2. I really fucking love Holliston, and I will suck the fucking cock of Digging Up the Marrow. I have not seen Spiral or Frozen, so I can't really speak on those. Jay, how do you feel about Adam Green?
I like the Hatchet series. I did not like Frozen. I haven't seen anything else he's done.
Fair enough. Kenneth, what do you think of Adam Green?
I had high hopes for Adam Green when I saw the first Hatchet movie, and then as it has went on, he is kind of like it was like a high point with Hatchet, and then Frozen came out, and it was like I dropped to the center of the earth if I could get that fucking deep with him. And then, I saw Digging Up the Marrow, and and it brought me up a little bit from Frozen. It didn't. Digging Up the Marrow didn't suck like Frozen did, and I haven't seen Holliston, and I really want to. And
Holliston's so good. The Blu-rays I think are still really
What is it
cheap
about?
on Amazon. Holliston is about Adam Green and his roommate, who are broke poor. They want to be famous movie makers, but instead they work at a small cable TV station, and their boss is Dee Snider. And
Captain
and I know
Howdy.
I know it's got odorous in it.
I'm getting to that part. And Adam's imaginary friend is Odorous, who lives in his closet. And it's fantastic.
Awesome.
And it's about Adam pining over his ex-girlfriend who comes back in the picture, who he's trying to be friends with. It's really fucking funny. They got 2 seasons out. They didn't do a 3rd season because Odorous died in real life. And actually, Digging Up the Marrow was Odorous's last film that he was ever in to come out, because technically his part was recorded while they were going touring for Holliston. But this was technically his last thing, and his parts almost got cut from the movie because of him dying, but Adam kept it in honor of him. Because obviously his line is the one that Jay said at the beginning about...
Yes.
I am a monster. I will always be a monster, and when I'm dead, I will be a dead monster. So,
Which is very true. I thought about that when I was watching the movie. I was just like, damn. It wasn't too long after you said that you became, and, this is not offensive. I mean, this is me being literal, a dead monster.
And Odors would say it himself. Like, if you've ever listened to any of the stuff he said in or out of the makeup for Gore, I mean, he says that, and I'm super stoked because I did get to see Gore once live. Me and Kenneth and some buddies in Georgia, we all went, and it was a great show. So,
I didn't get to. Very sad about that.
Man, I saw Gore twice.
Yeah, so it really good, really sad. So I'm pretty high on everything that I've seen from Adam Green. Jay, you've barely seen anything, it sounds like?
Well, I watched the Hatchet movies, and I watched this.
Yeah.
And you
okay.
watched Frozen.
Oh, yeah, and I watched Frozen.
Oh, so I guess you and Kenneth are kind of right on par with each other. Y'all have seen, like, the exact same
What
things.
other movies has he done besides the TV show?
He did Spiral, and...
I don't think I've ever even heard of that one.
Chillerama.
Oh! If that's what I
Chillerama
think
was
it
good.
is, I fucking love that movie. Let me make sure I think I'm talking... That's the anthology movie, right?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Chillerama was good.
Did he
I
direct
love
all of
that
it,
movie.
or...
I'm going to look it up right now.
Look it up real quick.
I love that movie.
I know he was involved in it. I just don't know if he did all of it, just some of it, or if he was just a producer or what.
I
But
love it. One
I
of the clips was my profile picture for such a long time.
But I still stand on the same thing I've always said. Frozen was fucking terrible.
We will get to that. At some point soon, we will have JP on, and we will...
Isn't there supposed to be a fourth person?
He is one of the directors of one of the segments.
Okay, so yeah, he directed one of the segments. Fair enough. I think Dave said he was going to come on. I think Dave and JP were both going to come back and battle us on Frozen. Because I think both of them really liked it, and both of y'all two hated it, and I have yet to see it.
That means I've got to watch it again.
I don't know if Jay, did you hate it? Hate it?
It was boring and stupid.
It sounds like he hated it.
It was probably one of the worst horror movies I've ever seen.
Wow.
It's not the worst I've ever seen. The worst movie I've ever seen is called The Inheritance, and I watched it during my 31 Days of Horror when I was trying to watch all 31 new movies, and it was on Hulu under the horror section, and the plot sounded okay, and the plot was okay. It was just executed poorly. Everything was it was terrible. It was boring. It wasn't good. It's like one of the only movies I've ever given a 0, and I would never recommend it to anybody. Anytime I see one of these "What's the worst horror movies you've ever seen?" thing, I'm like, none of your movies. People are like, I didn't like the Ring remake or something stupid like that. I'm like, none of those movies compare to how shitty this movie is.
Yeah, or how shitty The Village is.
Nope, even The Village. I'd much rather watch The Village than The Inheritance.
Oh, I don't know about that. Village is so rage-inducing. Anyway,
How you feel about The Village? Well, I don't know. I probably hate Frozen worse than you hate The Village.
Maybe you might.
Because, I absolutely fucking hate Frozen.
Oh, I can't wait to do that show. Anyway, so Digging Up The Marrow is about Adam Green getting fan mail from a fan, this fan's name is Decker, and saying that monsters really exist, and he wants Adam to tell his story.
Yeah.
So every time Jay says, yeah, it makes me just fucking laugh. So anyway,
Apparently.
Adam Green and his cinematographer, Will Barat, I think it's Barat, Wilbur, whatever. Adam and Will decide they're gonna go.
Wilbur.
Oh, Wilbur. That is the sound I make when I'm having sex with Wilbur.
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay, so they decide that they are going to interview him and make a documentary about these monsters that this guy says he has. So they go to meet him, and they start interviewing him. They start going out with him to the Marrow, which is this hole in the ground in a cemetery out in the middle of the woods, a very small cemetery apparently, to try to catch these monsters. And it just goes into this really, really weird fucking mysterious tale where they don't know what's true. Is Decker fucking with them? Is he messing with them? Is he not? They have some footage that is, they don't think is fake. There was one they were there for, and it becomes this whole fucking ordeal. So that's the basic premise of this movie. So, Jay,
yes,
how do you feel about this movie? What do you like? What do you not like? What's this movie touch you in a special way?
Okay, so straight off the bat, I will say that the idea behind it is great. The creature design and the practical effects used to create the creatures is awesome. I feel like they missed an opportunity to be like super meta with this film, and it kind of falls into the same lump that the rest of the found footage movies I've seen come into. And when I asked you about it, you're like, it's not a found footage movie or a mockumentary, and it's fucking both. So I don't know where you're coming off of that.
It's directly from
both.
Adam Green. It's not a found footage movie because...
But it is!
The only footage that is found is at the very end when camera 2 shows back up.
That is just... No. You don't have to actually find footage for it to be a found footage movie.
What do you mean? A found footage movie
footage movie just means that it was filmed with, like, a handy cam.
No, the fuck
or,
no.
Yes,
No,
yes.
You are so
Chronicle is a found footage movie.
No,
and you're telling...
footage movie is when footage is found from people who have went missing while searching for something. That is what a found footage movie. Blair Witch, Cannibal Holocaust, fucking Cloverfield,
Paranormal
activities. Okay.
No, see, I disagree.
Oh, okay.
The Last Exorcism.
Kenneth
is an all-encompampassing genre of movie.
No,
for
shaky cam does not
I'm with
equal.
Jerry.
No, not shaky cam.
I'm with Jerry.
Will you let me finish?
No, you're wrong.
I'm reclaiming my time. When the footage is filmed with a personal camera, whether it be a studio camera or what, and that's supposed to be the perspective, it's filmed like first person through this person's camera, that's what a found footage movie is. It's just an encompassing genre, because even Paranormal Activity, for that movie to happen the way it is, not only would someone have to find all that footage, but then they'd have to edit it together. So that just immediately kills your argument that it's a found footage movie.
No, because that's exactly the way Cannibal Holocaust and Blair Witch Project, both of the movies that started the found footage craze. Cannibal Holocaust, way back in the day, that should get the praise for found footage films, and then the Blair Witch Project, which it states at the beginning of it that this is footage that is found and edited together to make this feature film.
Yes, and
Which
this
is a lot.
Is not a found footage movie. Because this is them making a movie. There's no footage to be found, and
because because Jerry explained it to me the other day, and I had that aha moment of when it did it. Basically, in a nutshell, Adam Green is wanting to make a documentary about this shit that he's wanting to the shit that he gets from Decker. He's wanting to make a documentary about it, and the documentary itself unfolds like a movie.
Yes, so
that's fine.
It's a movie about making a documentary that becomes something much more, but it is not a found footage movie, and it's not a mockumentary because it's not being presented as real. Mockumentaries like Spinal Tap are assuming that everything here is real and it's making fun of something, it's parodying something. This does not do this. This is literally its own fucking beast that you can't even really put a name to, because I can't even think of another movie that's done this. It does.
I guess that's fair. But just to finish this up,
dicks.
Have both of you seen Chronicle?
No.
Then never mind.
Our fan base might have.
Because I have to ask you. It's the follow-up question is, what would you consider Chronicle then? Because it is filmed. It's comprised of footage from a person's camcorder, but then also at times security camera footage. And there's just no way that one single person gathered all this together to make the movie. And so I call it a found footage because who? It just doesn't make any logical sense that they would have access to all the pieces of footage.
At the end of Chronicle, are they dead or are they in jail? Like, how did the cops get the footage? What happened?
All of them but one person is dead.
Okay, so he edited everything.
I don't know. I disagree.
I'll watch the movie and then I'll give you my opinion on it. Just remind me to do it.
That's fine. Either way, let's move on.
Okay.
I've lost my train of thought now that we've argued what classifies a movie.
Okay, so you got to found footage and then I interrupted you.
Oh yeah. So I think they missed an opportunity to make the film super meta. I feel like he could have filmed the scenes with the monsters, and then at the part where he's at the horror conventions talking to actual real people, instead of having them come on and say recorded lines, he could have showed them the footage and like tried to sell it as if this was. He's like, no, dude, this is real. This isn't a movie we filmed.
So
and
what
like
he did with
mixed
Kane
it with
Hodder.
some like hidden camera bits.
So basically, what he did with Kane Hodder.
Well, I assume Kane Hodder's lines were scripted like everyone else's.
Yeah. Okay. So you wanted him to show the actual.
To get what he's saying, yeah, to show the footage that he did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? The footage that he created, and then try to get a real reaction out of those directors that he talked to.
Like sell it as if he was besides the people in the movie. I feel like that, you know, I don't know.
But that would have taken away from the fact of what he needed to say, hey, Decker had went and talked to all these other people that were in the industry.
Know. I feel like maybe I can't really put my finger on it. I feel like there's something that he missed that could have made this movie like 1,000 times better.
Well, I disagree with you. Kenneth.
Well, I know you do.
I'm saving myself for last. Kenneth, how do you feel about this movie?
I feel like he missed that 1,000 times better just in general.
Go fuck yourself.
I don't think it's... I mean, all right. I was really into this movie at the beginning. I really liked the idea for it. And then as it progressed and as it unfolded, I just kind of lost... It just lost momentum to me. It just kind of slowed down, and it wasn't like the normal movies that I watch that are fucking snail's pace from the beginning. You know, this wasn't like that. I mean, it was one of those movies that was just fucking interesting as hell at the beginning of it, and then by the end of the movie, I'm just like, I'm sitting there waiting on it just to be over.
Well, when I first saw this movie, I watched it when I first got Shudder, and I saw it was on there, and I was like, oh, this is by Adam Green. I'd been watching Holliston, so I was like, yeah, fuck it, let me watch this. I watched it, and I was so engrossed in this movie. I was so interested. After I saw this movie, when I talked to Kenneth the next day, I was like, Kenneth, I saw the greatest movie in the world. I was so excited and happy to have seen this movie. I love it. I fucking love this movie. I am Adam in this movie. I was a kid who wanted monsters to be real. The whole idea of this movie to me is fucking great. I love the pseudo documentary style making of thing that turns into a real fucking like actual nightmare. I love the character of Decker and his whole like been trying, like, you don't know if Decker's telling the truth, what he's lying about throughout the movie, and you get like they do such a good job of balancing that even after you have actual like footage of a legit monster, and you know they're showing it to Kane Hodder, and Kane Hodder's like, oh, who did your effects? And he's like, Adam's like, there is no effects. Like, there's still them questioning it. When that scene where they are talking about going to Boston to go see if he was a cop, did y'all watch the screen in the back? A tombstone gets up and walks away.
Yeah. I saw that.
Oh, I missed that.
Dude, they don't bring any attention to it. Nothing. They don't even know it's there. They don't even see it. It just fucking gets up and walks away, and you're just like, I didn't see it my first time either.
So wait, what scene? You said when they go to Boston.
Right before they go to Boston.
Right before they go to Boston.
Oh, okay.
You know, there's
when the guy comes up with it, when the guy that's sitting there going through all the footage, you know, the bald-headed guy, when he's going through all the footage, he's the one that suggests that they go to Boston.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
And yeah, it was totally cool because you're sitting there and you're looking at it and you're watching it and you're like, wait a minute, did that just fucking happen? And then I took it back a little bit and I watched it again and I was like, holy shit, that fucking tombstone just got the fuck up.
Yeah, and it's so cool. They bring no attention to it.
No, and the whole scene, you're sitting there and you're looking at it, and it looks. I mean, they're sitting there talking for probably 3-4 minutes, and this tombstone's in the background on the screen, and then it just gets up and walks the fuck away.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
Bye-bye.
So
gotta go.
I'm
late for my audition as a Zelda puzzle.
Yeah, exactly.
And the crazy thing is it's like when you see it get up and walk away, it's like the fucking front of it, the front of the tombstone would be its face, and it keeps its face like looking at the screen as it's walking off.
Yeah, it just sidesteps off.
Yeah.
Like, shit, don't mind me, guys. Like, it's fucking great. And
Yeah,
and
like
then,
like I could just imagine its eyebrows going up and down like Charlie Chaplin is going across the screen.
oh my god, yes. But I love it. I love the mystery as it keeps going. I'm so enthralled with this. Like, is it real? Is it not real? You know, because like they're like, well, he couldn't have paid a guy to just fucking sit in a hole for fucking hours and hours and hours
Right.
to just then get up and leave, and you can't tell. Like, it looks like a person, but you can't really tell. There's nothing crazy there, and then, oh man, and then when they like go out there without fucking Decker, and Adam loses his shoe, and then he stands up after he gets his shoe back, and the camera pans up, and Decker's right fucking there. I jump every time I see that fucking scene. Every time it gets me. I know it's coming, and I still fucking jump because it's done so well. It's the only jump scare in the movie to me
What
that
the fuck
works.
are y'all doing here?
Exactly, and then they start getting attacked by fucking the monsters, and it's fucking great. And the ending is so.
The ending was good. I will definitely give it that.
Yeah, the ending's. Oh my god, the ending's so good where the monster just fucking. How would you describe that walking? Like stumbling forward, fucking. Like you can tell he's like some big hulking beast.
Are you talking about the umbrella guy or the bad guy?
No, the one who brings the camera back.
Oh, I don't know. You don't see him.
I know.
But you can hear it.
I'm talking
You
about
can
him
hear
walking.
it. It's like a drag across the ground, and
Oh yeah.
you know you can see the camera kind of lumbering
It's like
as it's going.
it's like a mixture of the Mummy and Frankenstein's monster,
Yeah,
and it's just so fucking good. I just like. I love this movie. I think the acting in it works. It pulls off exactly what it's trying to pull off. I think. It was
I thought the acting was fine.
Well, I'm glad, because if you didn't, I would fucking hunt you down. I mean, I'm already gonna
Oh,
fucking hunt you
okay.
down for your
Except
disrespectful
for-
words.
I didn't like the acting of the directors at the fucking at the horror convention. I thought their acting.
Oh, yeah,
was
Those
okay,
guys
just
are not
terrible.
actors. Those are directors. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
But
yeah, it's just
yeah,
it's this movie just does something to me. I literally, when I watched it Monday, I watched it, and then I immediately started it again, except with commentary.
I thought it was funny that they put obligatory ass shots of Adam Green's wife.
Well, his
Did you
ex-wife-
notice
Well,
that?
Yeah,
When you're making
Yeah,
a movie
right.
and your wife's hot,
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you got to blink it, like when she comes walking in and all she's got on is a shirt and you can see her underwear up underneath. And then that ending shot where you can obviously see the monster stops, looks at her ass as she's laying in the bed, and then walks over to
yeah.
Adam.
And sadly, those scenes almost got taken out also because by the time this movie was done, him and his wife were divorced.
oh, probably because he spent all that time hunting monsters.
You know what? It's a lifelong, it's a respectable lifelong thing, Jay. Speaking of that, let's talk about Decker. Okay, there's a scene earlier on in the movie where they're interviewing Decker, and Decker brings up his son, but then won't talk about it, and then literally will not talk about it for the rest of the movie. And it's
I think he does talk about it for the rest of the movie.
well, I think that him being so close to the marrow is because that his son is one of these things. Like when he goes and he's feeding it like chocolate pudding, like fucking Jello time into the fucking hole. Like I think he's feeding his son. And
I agree. My theory is the story that he tells later about the college boy that goes off with one of the monsters. I
him.
think that college boy is him.
he's banging umbrella monsters.
I thought it was his son.
Oh, you think it was?
And that's
his
how
son?
that's how he lost his son. Is the monsters like the kid went with the monster.
Okay, then why
See,
is
I
he
think
spoon feeding?
Brella birthed his son.
See, I'm with Kenneth.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
Because
sense. Well, this
if-
is why we discuss things.
If his son had been the one that banged Umbrella Monster, or as effectively, I like to call her Rihanna. If he had banged Rihanna, then and gone missing, what did he? He doesn't need to get spoon-fed fucking pudding unless she disfigured him so bad and then he spent the rest of his
Well,
life
they did
living
say
down
that
there.
that body that they found was all fucked up.
Oh, that's right. They did find a body, so it couldn't be his son. So maybe he is the one that's banging marrow monsters. I at least think Decker has fucked one. And that's how his son was born, looking all Elephant Man or some shit. And he had his son chained up in his
I
garage for
agree
a
with
while.
that.
Why he let his son go and took it back to the marrow, I don't know.
To
Because
be
that
with his
doesn't.
people.
Okay, maybe he was like, be with your people, son. But I think that, and then when they find that at the end of the movie and they get in there, I think it's fucking great.
Like I said, I like the ending. I don't know. I feel like there's too much in the middle that is repetitive, I guess.
Where everyone's arguing with Adam to like quit doing this shit so that they can like film actual stuff.
Right. I feel like there should have been more monsters.
Okay, you see, I think the lack of monster makes it work. I think that's part of the charm to it that keeps it like you have Decker explaining all these monsters to you, and you really only get 2 monsters before all the shit goes down, and one is a tombstone that walks away that you barely even get to see. And then so you get nothing until you get all of it at once, and when you get all of it at once, you get nothing after that because it's fucking over.
That's true.
And I think that works. I think it's fucking genius.
I wish
that
there
little
had been.
kid just agreed with me.
I wish, like, at the end of the movie where they're down in the tunnels or whatnot, and it's showing Decker on the whatever
In that cage.
damn. Yeah. I wish there had been like a booming Metropolis sound in the background.
Like an Inception noise? Like brrr.
Well, I think he wants it to be more like fucking Midian.
Hybrid.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay.
Midian. That's, I think it would be cool, man, because it's like, the way he described it, like these, it could possibly be linked to fucking different areas all over the United States, all over the world.
To be fair, he
I
did
said
have him in a
possibly.
cage, so it's possible that there is a bustling city, and he's just in the prison area of it.
Right, but I still think it'd be cool to hear it in the background, like that bastard that you got over there.
Fair enough. Well, I can't control them. These parents, they don't parent anymore. They just let their kids run around, do
Parents
whatever the hell
just
they
don't
want.
understand.
No, they don't. They don't understand that I have a job to do and entertain kids with horror movies.
Fucking yeah. Okay, so
We should ride around with a van that's painted up like ice cream. And then when you open it up, there's fucking big ass TV screens with the most amount of violence that we can think of going on.
Jesus
hey kids,
Christ.
have y'all ever seen August Underground? Come check this out.
Right? Exactly.
I almost-
just fling open the doors and then you.
I almost
Do you
asked
kids have
y'all-
guinea
Chainsaws
pigs at
and
home?
shit.
Let me show you a guinea pig movie.
Oh my god, are you a tumbling wall of flesh? I almost asked y'all for Halloween if y'all wanted to do the August Underground trilogy, but I didn't want to watch the movies again.
I've never seen them.
I don't think you would like them. They're like really low budget, shot on video, ultra violent gore flicks.
So it's just gore for the sake of gore.
Yeah,
my favorite.
it's shock for the sake of shock. 100%. It is.
But that's my favorite. I love that shit.
It's like if the Human Centipede sequels and like those and Serbian film, it's its dad. August Underground is like the toe tag pictures are like the parents of this. Jay, I'll send them to you. I've got them digitally.
I can digital them.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Yeah, but why
digital
would you
these
want to go
children.
through the work?
Because it takes like 10 seconds.
Yeah, just send it to you.
But yeah, I didn't want to watch them again. Just because they're hard to sit through, especially like because the shot on video aspect of it does make it feel real, and they do pull off some of the gore effects. While cheap, they do look rather well for what it is. So, but whatever. Anyway, so
I want to watch those, and I want to watch the Vomit Gore trilogy.
Oh God, I have not. I've seen one of those ones. I think the last one, but I haven't seen the first two. I think I saw the last one, which was the vomit gore girls, whatever the fuck it's
Yeah,
called.
something like that.
Anyway, okay.
I watched some video the other day with vomit and girls.
Pretty sure that was porn, Kenneth.
Hey man, you know whatever you got to do to make a buck.
Okay, hold up. You know what? Actual question.
Yeah.
You're getting deep throated by some thought. Okay. She's slob on the knob like corn on the cob. She goes too rough and she throws up on your dick. Do you A, just keep going, B, clean it up and then keep going, or C, completely stop?
Keep going.
Okay, Jay.
Yeah. Well, as much as I like rough sex, I respect the girl. If she wants to keep going, I'm good with keep going. Otherwise, I'll take my cues from her.
I'm cleaning that shit up regardless. Like, that's the first thing I'm doing is that, because I'm not trying to fucking get the nickname of Vomit Dick. Hey, look, there goes Vomit Dick. That's not me. I can't be that guy.
Hey man, sometimes in the heat of the moment, it's okay to be a vomit dick.
I 100% thought you were about to say, in the heat of the moment, it's okay to go ass to mouth.
No, I figured I'd add that part in there.
That was fucking good.
I can't decide which one's grosser, but I wouldn't stop you.
Ass to mouth? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I eat ass, so I can't say anything. Like, obviously, like, there's, like, fresh out the shower, I eat ass. That's, like, the only way I do it, but still. Is this just too much? Okay.
No, I didn't have a response ready, and then the kids distracted me.
I think Jay's jacking off.
No, I'm not.
Too many kids around?
Not yet. I mean, no, usually that helps.
Oh, okay. So, okay, Kenneth.
Yes.
What is your favorite scene from this movie?
Probably the tombstone getting up and walking away.
Okay, so what's the scene in the movie?
I'm sorry, that shit was fucking funny.
It really is. It's magical. Okay, so what scene in the movie did you just absolutely not like? Do 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 do.
Right.
Do 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 do. Bitches. Anyway, did you come up with
I really didn't like the whole dynamic where the producer was bitching about Adam needing to keep on working on Holliston. I just felt like that whole scene right there did not need to be there.
That is the one scene that I was going to bring up that I was just like, I didn't need this scene. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't add anything. And
I mean, other than mounting pressure between, where you see Adam and Will start bickering between the two of them. Other than that, there really wasn't no need for it to be there.
Apparently, that scene also got some people worried that they were actually fighting because Adam's like, "Who cares what your wife thinks?" To Will. Apparently, some of the people that were friends were like, "Y'all okay?" And it was like, "Yeah, we're good." They actually recorded a scene to put in the movie where it was Adam calling Will at like 2 a.m. to apologize for it, but they didn't put that in the movie. It's in the deleted scenes. Jay, what scene do you love in this movie?
I love the ending. The last scene of them being assaulted by the monsters in the woods.
Wait, okay, so not the last scene where the monster
not the last
brings the
scene, but the final Marrow scene, I guess.
The final count.
Yes, because we're plotting a course to Venus.
It's the final monster.
But yeah, when the guy with the bag over his head,
that was awesome.
spreads his spider legs and shit, and the little face worm is coming after them. I just loved it. I loved all of that. That was fantastic, and I wanted more of it. But I didn't get more.
what scene did you absolutely hate?
I'm with you guys.
I think it's pretty. I think everyone agrees that scene's just not good.
Yeah, it's almost pointless.
I think it's only there to remind us that, this is a production company. They are supposed to be making things. And Adam's kind of putting everything off to the side to do
right,
this
but it's
monster
like the
thing.
8th time in the world that they've mentioned it.
Yeah, I think they wanted some outside force to say it instead of it just being Will. So, I don't know. How great was that Kane Hodder scene, though?
When he comes in to watch the footage?
Yeah, and he's like, who did the effects work on this? And Adam's trying to explain it to him.
Yeah.
Like me trying to explain how this is not found footage to Jay, and just
I hate
fucking
you.
nothing. Just getting nothing.
Yeah, because you're wrong. And we can continue that conversation.
I'm not wrong. It's not found footage. It's 2 against 1 here, Jay.
That doesn't mean shit.
It means that both your fucking holes are covered. Okay? we win.
Right.
Okay, you know what?
So
In
does
the
wait
face,
wait.
when this
So by
episode comes
that
out-
theory, me and Kenneth win, and Nightmare on Elm Street is a good movie.
No, you're fucking. Don't use my
He's
logic.
got you there, dude.
Okay, y'all think that Nightmare on Elm Street is a good movie. You're wrong, and that's okay. But luckily for me, my defense is Kenneth's dick's so small that I can still talk while it's in my mouth. Therefore, my point still stands. And
That works, I guess.
yeah. Until you literally turn around and go, well, isn't Kenneth fucking me also? Wouldn't the small dick theory still work on this? And to that I say, go fuck yourself.
You.
Fair enough. Okay, so, so, would y'all want to see a sequel to this movie?
Yes, with more monsters.
Kenneth?
I agree. I would like to see, more depth to everything. But I mean, I don't know, man. It would have to be done well.
Yeah, they said they have something planned. When they were making the movie, they had the sequel planned. They just didn't. Apparently nothing's gonna happen. It took 5 years just to make this movie, so I don't know if it's gonna have anything. So I want to give y'all some trivia. So do y'all know how this idea to make this movie happened?
Drunken conversations around a fire.
You're fucking wrong there, kiddo.
Adam Green watched Nightbreed and decided he was going to make his own.
Maybe. No, so the idea for Digging Up the Marrow spawned in 2010 when Green received a fan letter from a Hatchet fan claiming that they could prove that Victor Crowley was in fact real. And in fact that letter he got had pictures, maps, evidence, and he even claimed that Adam Green did a shitty job of describing Victor Crowley. So
Wow.
Just like how Decker sent him a letter, this actually happened to Adam Green. So
Wow.
yes, and then Adam Green met Alex. How do you say his last name? Purdue?
I don't know.
What was his last name? Where it starts with it? It's Alex P.
Let's see.
I want to say it was Purdue, but I feel like it was Purdue, which sounds fucking weird.
Party is how it's spelled. Pardee.
I was wrong.
But I don't know how you pronounce it.
Yeah, okay, so that Alex is the guy who actually he has a art called Digging Up The Marrow, which is him creating a bunch of monsters that would have lived in the marrow. So Adam basically hooked up with Alex and took his idea, took the marrow and the creatures and combined that with the weird Hatchet letter he got, and that's how this movie was made. Now, Kenneth, you're a big fan of this artwork, right?
Yeah, the artwork is fucking great.
I thought the artwork
To me-
was great.
Yeah, to me, that was the best thing about this fucking movie overall. And I actually, I can't remember how to pronounce the dude's last name, but I'm going to buy one of his books.
Fair enough. I don't blame you. I really liked it. I would like to get one of the books also. It's fucking fantastic. Now, how did y'all feel about the choice to actually get an actor to play Decker? So that they did that because they did not want people to feel like it was like real up until the ending where they realize it's fake. So they didn't feel like they were cheated. He wanted it to have an actor who is slightly recognizable, so when they see him, they would get that, oh, this is not real. No one.
I thought it was fine. I was thinking of a response, man. You got to give me a second. My brain is mush. Yeah, I thought it was fine. That's good. It's better than like Texas Chainsaw, where they did everything in the world to make people think it was real.
Right. I mean, yeah, I recognized the dude right off the rip. So.
Yeah, me too.
So overall, I mean, I'm glad that they did that because it would turn into one of those stupid things like the Blair Witch Project, where everybody and their mama were going to fucking the woods and whatnot trying to find the Blair Witch.
That's true. What movies was Ray Wise in? He's been in a lot of shit, hasn't he? He was in RoboCop, I think. Right?
I don't think he was in RoboCop.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive. Which RoboCop?
The first RoboCop.
No.
He was in Swamp Thing. He was in an episode of TJ Hooker. That means he's
Are you on his IMDb too?
Yeah. He's in an episode of A-Team. Ooh, he was in some movie called Seduced.
Oh, he was in RoboCop. Oh,
Damn.
He was super young back there.
Suck it. He was in RoboCop.
You're right.
I was right.
Yeah, no, you're right. He was one of the henchmen.
Hey, he was in your Beauty and the Beast show there, Kenneth.
Nice.
The one with
Ron Perlman.
Yeah.
He was in
he's in a lot of stuff.
And one of the two Hamilton sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of fucking TV shows. Jesus Christ.
He has 232 acting credits.
Yay!
I wish they would do it where they would separate the movies and the TV shows. So I could just be like, I don't give a shit that he was in one episode of fucking VIP with Pamela Anderson.
I do.
Don't they do that on Wikipedia?
Oh, here you go. Look, he did one episode of Holliston as the landlord in 2012.
Yep, that he did. I remember. Holliston has like everybody. There's a fucking great episode of Holliston where they get Tony Todd, the actual Tony Todd, to come hang out at their apartment, and he just kind of ends up like inviting a bunch of people over and shit. It's fucking great. He was in Jeepers Creepers too.
Yeah.
Shark Skin 6. I don't know what that is, but it sounds like my kind of porno.
Yeah, he was the guy that was hunting the creeper in part 2, I think.
I think you're right. He was a predator. No, wait, I was the director. Yeah, so man, I really wish y'all loved this movie as much as I do. Like, this movie, I didn't think it was bad. Like, it's not like, oh, the shit movie. I just wasn't as blown away by it as you are. I know, but why? Like, I just don't understand why I'm so blown away and touched by this movie. And for y'all, it's just kind of like, you connect with Adam Green's version of himself in this movie. I think I am Adam Green. Well, good. Give me some of that hatchet money, yo. I ain't got no fucking money. If you're Adam Green, you do. Did you see his house? It's a nice house. No, that's actually not his house. They rented a house, so fans wouldn't show up at his actual house. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, it's a good idea, You don't want people to know where you live, Jay. Well, yeah, but you couldn't figure that out. Like, how would you know that just from the porch and his recording studio? Do you know how many people show up to YouTubers' house? Like, it's ridiculous. It's an epidemic. I wouldn't show that shit. Yeah. Y'all ain't never knowing where I'm living. Fuck all y'all.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I think there was a segment on Philip DeFranco's show about that very thing.
Oh yeah, there was. He does. They do a vlog that's behind the scenes on their other channel, which is fucking hilarious. And there was a day where a dude just showed up to their office, and their brand new office that they just moved into, and just fucking had a package and everything, and walked in, and Philip like freaked out because he was like, no, get the fuck out. You are not coming in my fucking office and shutting the door behind you. I am not
Right.
dying today.
I heard about that when he did that thing where he was talking about it happened to somebody else, and then he went into how many YouTubers it's been happening to, where people have moved and all this other kind of shit and whatnot. And I'm like, damn, man, what would it just give somebody the need to show up at a fucking stranger's house, and if not anything, for fucking YouTube, man? I just don't understand.
I don't either.
People is crazy.
Bitches be crazy.
I mean, I've been known
Bitches be
to
crazy.
hunt down. I've been known to hunt down filming locations for movies. You know, like
Which is way different.
we were trying to hunt down the fucking farmhouse from Walking Dead season 2. You know, we were trying to hunt that down, couldn't find it. But yeah, I just can't imagine, you know, like watching somebody on YouTube and then just showing up at their house.
No, I can't fucking either. It's fucking crazy. But
I mean, it'd be like me trying to find Philip DeFranco's house. Yeah, fuck that. I'm not talking about his office. I mean his house, because I know he's from Atlanta.
no, he doesn't live in Atlanta.
But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, I get you. It's fucking crazy. But anyway, so I give Digging Up the Marrow a 5 out of 5. I fucking love this movie. Jay, what do you rate Digging Up the Marrow?
I'm gonna give it a solid 3 out of 5.
Okay, another 5
Not
out of 5.
terrible,
That's
not
what I like to
amazing.
hear. I'm so glad you gave that a 5 out of 5. Kenneth, what did you give Digging Up the Marrow?
Oh, I'm in between a 2 and a 3.
I heard a 5. I'm so glad we all three gave this movie a 5 out of 5. That's fucking wonderful.
Because I can't decide whether I absolutely I really, to put me in the 2 range for disliking it, and put me in the 3 for being like, well, I didn't hate it, so I'm kind of like.
See, you didn't hate it. You liked it. You don't
So I'm
regret
kinda like-
watching it.
Okay, yeah. All right, so whatever number that falls under, it's definitely not a
5.
4 or 5. I go with Jay. It's a solid 3 because I don't regret watching it. I don't feel like I lost 2 hours of my life.
See, you guys heard that. A perfect 5 out of 5 score from all three of us. You gotta check out this movie. It's fucking...
I think I actually own my copy because it came in HorrorPack, but I can't remember if that was one of the movies.
I bought mine after I got done watching it that first time. I went on Amazon and bought it right away because I wanted to go into the special features.
I can't remember if I bought it because it was suggested or if it ended up being a HorrorPack movie. I honestly can't remember.
I watched it on Jerry's
I guess
show.
I could just go watch my my YouTube video, the only unboxing I ever did, because I canceled the service after that.
For real. Way to fuck that up. So, that's Digging Up the
Hey,
Marrow.
You
What?
give me $20 and I'll and I'll subscribe to it every month.
No, go fuck yourself. So that was Digging Up the Marrow. Please let us know what you fucking liked down. And before we get out of here, it is October. It's our favorite fucking season. It's our favorite fucking
Yay.
month because I was born in October, which
Oh,
makes
happy
it...
birthday, sexy boo.
Yep, October 14th, 1988. The world was blessed with 3 things. Night of the Demons, Pumpkinhead, and Jerry motherfucking Herring. Recognize.
Word.
And and then later on, years and years later, October 14th, my goddaughter was born. So represent.
Yep, very true. We're actually having her birthday at Monkey Joe's.
I don't know what that is, but sounds awesome.
At a what?
Monkey Joe's. It's like where they go. It's like
a
when
monkey.
you go inside this. You go inside and it's nothing but bouncy houses that they can just go from one bouncy house to another.
And
bouncy
monkeys serve you pizza.
What's
house. We went to Chuck E.
monkey?
Cheese today.
Oh, ooh,
Yeah,
man, I haven't been to
we're-
Chuck E. Cheese in forever. Are y'all having her her birthday. Y'all get to have her birthday on the actual 14th this month.
Yep, we do. Yeah, a friend of ours said, "Hey, let's take all the kids to Chuck E. Cheese," and we were like, "Hey, we're broke," and they were like, "Hey, we'll pay for it," and we're like, "Hey, let's go."
Hell yeah!
And believe it or not, I was actually surprised. The pizza was not that bad. It was actually kind of good.
I haven't had it since I was a kid, but I'm a Papa John's guy. What are you?
Are we talking only chains here?
Only chains, like
okay, so
only a chain that can deliver to you.
Let me preface this with the fact that I grew up on the East Coast, and it's incredibly hard to match East Coast pizza.
Goddamn
because over there's very few chains, and it's mostly just mom and pop pizza places. So, but if I have to eat at a chain, I'm actually probably just going to go Pizza Hut because they have the best combinations of crusts and toppings, and I like theirs the best.
Pizza Hut's too expensive because if I eat Pizza Hut, I want the cheese stuffed crust because they're literally the only people that do it. But it costs so fucking much. They don't ever have good deals on it.
Pro tip: Pizza Hut is not the only place that does cheese stuffed crust. Little Caesars does it, but it's always promotional, so you got to catch it. And then it's like a deep dish, and that's actually pretty good too.
See, I like
for like $6.
I'm a thin crust guy myself. I like thin crust pizza.
Me too, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I understand. But yeah, so I'm a Papa John's. Kenneth, what are you?
It'd be a toss-up between Marco's and Pizza Hut.
The fuck is a Marco's?
Yeah, that doesn't count. It's got to be a national chain.
Pizza Hut.
Oh, okay. Pizza Hut's apparently where it's at. I guess I'm gonna have to go and get me some Pizza Hut soon because I haven't.
I just don't like
the pan crust for Pizza Hut. Even though every time I eat Pizza Hut, it makes me sick to my stomach because of all the grease. It tastes so good to get to that sick to my stomach.
Grease, man. Domino's pizza. Holy shit! I ordered Domino's pizza the other night and I didn't even eat the entire pizza because it was so fucking greasy. And I eat Sam's Club pizza constantly, which is all the fucking grease. And I couldn't eat it.
I used to really, really dig Domino's until they changed the fucking recipe on their crust, and I really don't care for their garlic butter. So
I don't eat the crust anyway, so I don't give a shit.
I'm talking about like the whole goddamn thing.
Oh, okay.
Like the dough, they changed it. I don't like pizza to have a sweet taste to it.
Oh, fuck! Now I want pizza. I hate you both.
Hey Jay, my dick's made out of pizza.
Delicious. Give it to me.
But that's the reason not liking my pizza to have a sweet taste is part of the reason why I don't like Papa John's often. I'll eat it, but I don't like it that often.
Fair enough. Okay, so I don't know how we got on fucking pizza.
I don't know either.
But so we are in October. We are about to kick off some Halloween goodness. I just want to quickly go over some of the stuff that we do for Halloween. I know Jay and I are going to be doing our 31 Days of Halloween, where we watch a horror movie every day for October. Jay, do you have a theme this year?
I do have my theme. I actually came up with it just this afternoon. So the first year I did only movies I had never seen, which was hard as fuck because it was really hard to track down movies I hadn't seen to watch, and I ended up watching a lot of real shit. So to balance that out, the next year I did half and half. I wanted at least 16 of the movies to be movies I hadn't seen, where the rest could be anything. That way I could get a buffer if a movie was really garbage. This year, I think I'm going to do series. Like, I'll watch all 3 Hatchet movies, and then I'll watch, maybe a chunk of Friday the 13th movies. But I'm just going to it's going to be series of movies.
I almost did that. I was going to do a franchise run, and I was going to do Friday the 13th, Halloween, and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But instead of doing them all, like, all the Friday the 13th, then all the Halloween, I was going to do all the first movies for all 3 series, then all the second movies, then all, like that. So I'd watch Halloween 1, Texas Chainsaw 1, Friday the 13th 1, then I'd watch Halloween 2, Texas Chainsaw 2. Like, I was going to do it like that to kind of break it out. But I decided I'm going to be lazy once again, and I'm just going to watch whatever the fuck I want to. But one of the things I did decide is I'm going to try to watch some of my Blu-rays that I either have not watched or, like, at all. Since I bought it, I have not watched it. And so I'm going to watch it. I have a few
like that.
Yeah, so that's going to be the thing. But you know me, I'm lazy as fuck, and there are going to be nights where I'm like, you know what? I'm going to watch Night of the Living Dead Riff Tracks version, or I'm going to watch Aztec Mummy versus Werewolf Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode. That's just how I roll, baby.
That's okay. You roll how you gotta roll, baby. We got this.
Yeah, keep rolling, 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 rolling. Keep rolling, rolling,
Yeah.
rolling, rolling. You know?
But yeah, so I think I kind of like, as much as I love like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, I don't really want to do 8 movie long series because that'll take up like more than half the month. So like I'll do the 3 Hatchets, maybe I'll do the first 4 Aliens, maybe I'll do both Alien versus Predator, you know, something like that. So
I think that's
we'll
pretty
see.
cool.
We'll see. I'm definitely going to do all 3 Hatchets, though. Watching Digging Up The Marrow and talking about it has made me want to watch them.
Yeah, are you gonna dig it up tomorrow?
Nope, I've got to wait. Let's see, it is the 24th, so we got 6 days. Yeah, so just a little week, about a week. I can dig up some Hatchets.
So Kenneth, you don't do the 31 days because you have life and responsibilities.
You son of a
Yeah.
bitch.
Hey, man. I honestly, I just hardly ever have the time. I mean, damn, having kids and having to do all the Halloween stuff, and then, you know, Jade's birthday and Halloween, and then Jerry's birthday and Halloween, and, you know, I mean, it's just like, it's a busy month. October's very busy.
Yeah, it is.
And then that starts the blackout period at work, so I can't get days off.
That's true. But fuck, I love October. Not only is it's a Halloween, it's my birthday, and this year I get to go to a horror convention at the end of the month, so I'm super fucking excited about that. We get a
Nice.
Friday the 13th in October. How fucking dope is that?
That is pretty dope.
I'm going to be watching at least 2 to 3 Friday the 13th movies on that Friday. I have to.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's gonna be like the first Friday the 13th I actually have off, and it falls in October. That's fucking happening. So, Kenneth, do you have anything you like to do every fucking October besides like eat candy corn till you vomit?
Ew, candy corn.
I like watching Hocus Pocus.
Hocus Pocus is good shit.
I'm a Ernest Scared Stupid kind of guy myself.
I watched that last year
It's so
for
good.
my 31 days.
I like that movie, but yeah, I mean, it's just
Dude,
like
the
Hocus-
design on the troll is so good.
Right. I own it. I mean, but Hocus Pocus is that one, and it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown.
I sent y'all a picture. Y'all should look at that real quick because it's
Yep, I've
a
seen it. It's fucking
combination
gross.
of everything.
Gross.
That's gonna be our thumbnail. Just kidding, it's not. It's a picture. Someone put candy corn on top of a pizza and fucking cooked it.
I've seen that. I've
It's
seen that.
fucking
You're all
great.
fucking heathens.
Every day we move further and further away from the light of God. Oh, it's fucking great. So anyway, yeah, I'm fucking just super stoked for this. I'm super stoked for us to tackle Marabito, and I'm triple stoked for us to fucking tackle Nightbreed, because Digging Up the Marrow was a choice that I had, which I knew there's not a lot of conversation in it, but I really wanted to get it, and it would be just a cool, fun way for us to kickstart this off. Marabito is really strange, and I kind of can't wait to see what y'all think about it. And then Nightbreed is just our celebration. It'll be our first time talking about a Clive Barker movie, and that one's going to be much longer compared to this show, which is going to be on the shorter side. So,
Yes.
with that being said, thank you everyone for joining us. Definitely join our Facebook group where we are always talking about things, posting shit, and you get to kind of find out a bit of what we're doing earlier. Shout out to Dave Z, who was actually the simple guy who won our iTunes giveaway from last time. I've contacted him, and he has a prize on the way.
That means my prize is on the way.
No, I still got to ship yours.
That's fine, but it's in transit. Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's
No,
on-
but Jay's lacking on the sending stuff as well.
Yeah, well, my whole life fell to shit, so...
He has a valid point.
That's fucking no excuse at this point.
I have it. It's not even in a storage unit. It's actually in my closet with the rest of my posters. I just need to pull it out
with all the other bodies.
Yeah, I just need to pull it out and actually get it shipped.
Yeah, pull it out, Jay.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So we have Kill the Cat shirts you can get. You can join our Patreon and support us. Shout out to our Patreon supporters. Derek, your review for your Patreon pick will be next show. I just was working too much and could not get to it. So next show, I will review Executive Koala, which was
what the fuck is that?
It's Executive Koala. Hold up.
I want in on this.
Hold up, let me read the DVD. Where is this fucking DVD? Where the fuck did I put it?
I'm gonna beat you to it.
No, I found it. Okay. All right. Tomorrow is an average Japanese salaryman working in the offices of a pickle distribution company. He is well liked in the office, hardworking, polite, wears a suit and tie, and also happens to be a 6-foot-tall koala bear. But when his girlfriend Yoko turns up dead one day, and tomorrow is the chief suspect, he is forced to enlist the help of his boss, a white rabbit, and a friendly convenience store attendant, who is a frog, in order to prove his innocence. A psychological thriller wrapped up in the packaging of a nonsense comedy with giant animals, Executive Koala is like nothing America has ever produced, which is why it was made in Japan. Jay, do you want me to see if I can rip this and give it to you, and you can review it with me next episode?
So are we recording? So like when we do Marabito, you're gonna be like, also, here's what I think of Executive Koala.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I'll watch it. That sounds fucking ridiculous.
Okay, yeah, it really is fucking ridiculous. It's kind of creepy because koalas have chlamydia.
Koalas are assholes.
Yeah, they eat their young. They're high all the time. Fucking druggies.
Does anybody remember that children's cartoon where the kid had a stuffed koala that came to life, and he had to feed it eucalyptus leaves?
That sounds so familiar, and I got really creeped out for a second, so I must have seen it. What's the name of it? What is that?
I don't know.
Someone
I'm gonna
has
look it up
know.
right now. Stuffed koala cartoon. I'm googling like an old lady now.
Oh my god.
Stuffed koala cartoon. Old.
Yeah, but koalas have chlamydia, and they eat their young. Which is...
Yay.
Kenneth never ate his young.
Noozles. Noozles, also known as the Wondrous Koala Blinky, is a 26-episode anime. Yep, this is exactly it. I watched it on like Nickelodeon or something, though.
I have no idea what the fuck that is, then.
Yep.
I was thinking like a live action. So apparently I'm just fucking... I had a dream once. You know, that everybody would get a Sega Dreamcast. Okay, so yeah, we have a Patreon. Join and support that if you want to. We'll have... You get to pick some of the stuff we do, like pick a YouTube video that we do, pick a mini review. And I'm going to, at some point in the future, like redo how it's done to add more stuff. But I'm just trying to figure everything out before I give too much. Join us for the rest of October as we hit those wonderful underground movies. What else do we have? We have a YouTube channel where we put stuff up on there. There's a great video series that I'm working on that I started about me and my cat. If you like cats, come check that out, because
it's pretty good.
What happens when I try to get my cat to watch Friday the 13th Part 8? Well, you have to find out.
Takes a shit in your bed.
Eventually, no, that's gonna happen when I ask him to watch The Village. So yeah,
or Frozen,
or Frozen. I think we might have to tackle Frozen in November. I think we need to get that done.
Are we gonna do the Ice trilogy and then just pick 3 movies surrounding ice?
No, Jay, that's stupid. Why would we do that?
I don't know.
Who comes up with ideas like that? Jesus Christ. Fuck, Jay.
We can do Frozen. We can do The Thaw.
We can do Frozen and Frozen and Frozen.
No. And then,
Jay, just let it go.
God damn it. Jack Frost.
Let's
That's
Encino Man.
That's not a
Encino
horror
Man?
movie.
Depends on how you look at it.
If we're doing Encino Man, I want to do Cabin Boy.
That's a whole different podcast.
Well, he's throwing Encino Man out there. Why can't I throw out fucking Cabin Boy? Ew, and can we do John Leguizamo's The Pest?
I like that movie.
I fucking love that movie. Super
I love
underrated.
John Leguizamo.
Ooh, trifecta.
I'm gonna watch.
Can we put Captain Ron in there also?
I fucking love that movie.
Hell
That's it.
yeah.
New podcast, Jay and Jerry's Comedy Hour.
I don't know if I could review a comedy movie. Guys,
Yeah,
I
you like-
suggested
This
Encino
movie's
Man.
funny.
you know what? If you guys want to hear me and Jay review a comedy, let us know. And we'll
What
see.
the fuck?
What?
I suggested Encino Man, and y'all
Jesus,
motherfuckers
kid.
want to goddamn just run with it?
Yep.
Fuck you guys.
Okay.
I'm out of here.
Kenneth, not everything's about you. Okay?
Go-
And
all right.
I can't help it. I'm white. I steal people's shit. It's not my fault.
Yeah,
in
it's
my- it's-
ingrained into my DNA.
Yeah. Jesus. I can't help it.
Excuse
Fuck you,
me,
bro.
I gotta go braid my dreads. That's a joke.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Also, rate and review us on iTunes. We've already done one giveaway. So when we get 10 more, when we hit 25-star ratings, which I think we're at 11 right now, we'll do another giveaway because I've got a box full of wonderful stuff. With that being said, thank you for listening. Thank you for joining us in the Facebook group. Thanks for watching YouTube videos. All that fucking jazz. We will see you next time here on Kill the Cast, where we will tackle the Japanese movie Marabito. Anybody got any last
Yeah.
words? Jay?
Yeah.
He said yeah. Kenneth?
No, I'm fucking tired.
And he's pissed because we stole his idea.
No, fuck you both.
All right, guys. We will
Love
see y'all
you.
next time.
Bye. 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 Bye.